Do-Rag Wisdom, folks, and welcome to Earth Day Y2k 21.06.25. Have so much that I'd like to talk to you guys about, and subscribers and folks out there, and why I've been out so long, and I think some of you know why, but that's for another time. Today I want to give you some important information for people who subscribe to my site and to those people that just come in and visit and happen to come in on this day. Anytime I put out important information, it's just to, to remind people what this is all supposed to be about. The music in the background, by the way, is by various. That means you'll hear a variety of different music that I collected in my iPod. The following are important pieces of information regarding Do-Rag Wisdom and the broadcast therein. I want to thank everyone who visits this page and those people also who make comments. Whether pro or con, all comments are welcome in a free speech area. As you all know, I was unjustly accused by the shadowy Google YouTube community standards group of giving out false information about the pandemic, if you can believe that. By the way, the original video is available on Facebook. Those who have been viewers of Do-Rag Wisdom understand that all the information I give you on this site comes from news sources like the Washington Post, the New York Times, and MSNBC, and not from Facebook or from Twitter, any of those other places. At 70 plus, I also give my own opinions on things as well, things that I believe are happening. And of course, if I'm giving you some kind of conspiracy theory that comes out of my own head, I will let you know right away. This could be a conspiracy theory. All of you who've seen my broadcast know this is one of my major rules. The truth has been my watchword, and something is seriously wrong with Google, YouTube. More about that another time. I also want to make an additional important point about monetization. Monetize has to do with money. As much as I always need money and would not bypass $1 million if I could get it honestly, I despise money, one of the filthiest things on our planet and in our lives. Major corporations and monopolizing maggot Google now owns YouTube. YouTube was originally started as a video soapbox and more for the regular and real people out here. The originators of this site sold out to money, monetize, and the rest is history. The thing that this incarnation of YouTube wants is that all creators, that's what we're called, creators, be monetized. Friends, I've hated that word, monetize, since undergraduate days. Please read the book Culture Against Man by Jules Henry. Similar to 1984, this work, which is non-fiction, however, is a reading life changer. Culture Against Man by Jules Henry. Read it. That's where I first learned about the concept of monetize. Corporations want us to monetize everything. Money, money, money. Everything money. And Henry believes that to achieve the goal of owning everything, advertisers employed by major corporations will monetize everything, including our value, to make us buy, to consume what they want us to. Have you ever seen a commercial, for example, where our value of family is being used to sell a product? That's called, according to Henry, the monetization of values. Read the book. Friends, I will never monetize myself on YouTube. I despise commercial advertising, which amounts to brainwashing, and which is one of the reasons we're in deep excrement now. I will never allow commercial advertising before you are able to view me. I have more to say on this matter, but in the meantime, here are some more things you need to know, information and the like. One, and these could be repeats for people who are already subscribed, but just in case there are other people. I call myself a democratic socialist. However, I was never politically correct about it. In other words, I am not an orthodox democratic socialist. I am not even a conservative or reformed democratic socialist. I am a reconstructionist democratic socialist. Could talk to my friend Avi about that. In other words, what reconstructionism is. In other words, I am going to insist on my democratic socialism, even though at times my opinions and comments may not coincide with the quote-unquote doctrine. Please feel free to question my broadcast, as you all know. But in spite of my reconstructionism, I will always insist that I'm a pure, bona fide, unorthodox, democratic socialist, an atheist member of the Jewish tribe. If you need to know what that means, I'll be glad to explain it in another broadcast. Just remind me. I'm all getting old, you know. 2, I call myself Do-Rag Wisdom in honor of all my students who wore do-rags to school but were hassled for it and made to remove them. As for my wisdom, that is up to you to decide. 3, here's where I have to apologize. And I want to apologize for inadvertently insulting you folks. I thought about this. I'm a real idiot a lot of the time, so when I make a comment such as, who is going to waste their time watching an old F like me pontificate? In insulting myself, I'm also insulting you too by implying that there is something wrong with you too if you watch this old F. I want you to know again, I am 100% sorry about this. Number 4, for those concerned about my low subscriber rate, please let others know about me if you enjoy visiting yourself. Word of mouth. I believe that Google, YouTube limits my subscribership because I don't pay Google a monthly fee to use YouTube. I'm not a YouTube Plus or whatever person. And I won't monetize. You hear that, you shadowy community group who are going to decide whether people are going to be able to see this broadcast or not? I will not monetize. I believe that Google has enough of our money, don't they? And I was always annoyed that YouTube allowed themselves to be swallowed up by Google in the first place. Kind of an invasion of the website snatchers. And by the way, we don't just want a few massive media empires controlling all the information we get, do we? Well, in this era, they do. And it must stop. Information must come from a variety, not owned by a few freaking millionaires like Jeff Bezos. May he, if he launches himself in space, may he stay there. 5. Please be aware that my broadcasts will also cover movies, media, and culture. Even music. Yeah, that's right, even music. I'm not a music expert, but that too. As well as contemporary politics. Please feel free to comment on whatever interests you. If you find that you're only interested in my political broadcasts, feel free to comment on those and ignore my movies and media and other broadcasts. I do not intend to cancel either topics, but out of respect to you folks out there, I will always mix up the topics, with some being political and others being about the media and culture, music, whatever thing. 6. Well, I wish that I had millions of subscribers. Oh man, that's so sick. I am happy with those, reminds me of the king of comedy. I am happy with those that I have in this group right now. A group of special and great people who we've corresponded over the last 4-something years, 4.5, almost 5 years. So it's really special. And you know, I could have one person subscribing and I'll still broadcast as long as Google YouTube doesn't eliminate me. Eliminate. Once again, thank you for visiting all. Thank you all for visiting, and thank you for your comments. We have a great deal of extremely important, vital issues to deal with, or else lose our free country, literally. Because we right now have a cold civil war which could get hot. Sadly to say, could get hot. We have absolutely one valid political party right now, the Democrats, and it's flawed as hell. The other party, the new GQP, is dedicated to one thing: fascist tyranny. To be woke is to realize this fact and to fight it with every ounce of our beings. Once again, thank you all for watching and also putting up with me. As I've said before, I'll be back.